I'm walking around feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where, don't know how.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing the last TBR for 2024. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to roll over into 2025 to start fresh. Love January. I love getting a brand new year started. And so we are going to be wrapping up 2024 and seeing what books I'm going to be reading for the month of December. I'm going to go into Storygraph really quick because my reading goal for 2024 was 120 books. And right now, I am at 107 books. So I still have 8 days. If I can read Betting on You, Throttled, and Ruthless Vows, I will be at 110 books. If I want to try to hit my goal, I need to read 10 books at a minimum. That is what we're going to shoot for. And if I can read more, that's amazing. Of the books that I have left, I do think I want to read for the month of December. I think I want to read Half-Blood because I did see that the rest of the series, or at least several of the books in the series, were at Target and they all had different colored sprayed edges, and sprayed edges will get me every single time. So I think the first book that I want to have for the month of December, I'm going to choose Half-Blood. And then I think the next book I want to read is going to be Murder Your Employer. This was a very high contender for a November TBR, but I decided to go with something else. So we're going to go ahead and put this on December TBR just because it looks really interesting and the title is very, the title gets you. And then on the back of this book, it actually says that it's one of the funniest books of the year, or at least Crime Reads gave that quote. So we're going to choose Murder Your Employer for the second book in December. And then I do want to read Spectacular. This is the novella to the Caraval trilogy. This just came out this year, and I am really excited to get back into this world and see all the characters that was in the Caraval series. And what I do like about this book is, one, it has a beautiful little front pages, but I didn't realize this until I was flipping through it when it came in the mail, but it also has really cool like pictures inside of it. So I think it's really going to be a very fast, very fun, very easy read with some really cute pictures. So we're going to be the third book, a little novella from the Carvel trilogy, Spectacular. And then I think I'm going to also include The Brothers Hawthorne. This is the follow-on to the Inheritance trilogy. I read the Inheritance trilogy a while ago, so I'm kind of concerned that I'm not going to remember all the people that were in the first 3 books. But this is going to be starting a new story, I think. And then I did just recently get the next book in the series. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I did just receive that in the mail. So I'm going to be picking up The Brothers Hawthorne. Hopefully I'm not completely lost and confused. So that is 4 books in the month of December. I think the next book that I do want to try to read is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. It's going to be book 5 in December. And then I think I'm going to try Warbreaker. This was, I think, on my 24 books to read in 2024. This is a Brandon Sanderson standalone, and I've heard this was a really good book to kind of get you into the Brandon Sanderson world. And so I'm going to be picking up Warbreaker. And I gotta say, I'm gonna hate this book. I do not like, if you've seen any of my videos on my channel, I have said this several times, but I hate mass market paperback books. They're just so frustrating. I do not like them. They are cute, I guess, but they're just uncomfortable to hold. And I just don't really like it. I don't like the feel of these. So I'm really hoping I can get through this so that way I can drop this off at a little library. And if it is a really good book, maybe I'll get the full size version, but there's 100% certainty I am not keeping this version, but I do want to read it. So we're going to have Warbreaker on my December TBR. And then I need 4 more books. I think I'm going to choose Ignite Me. So one of the other things that I had on my 24 books to read in 2024, I wanted to read the Shatter Me series. So this one is going to be book 3, I think. And that includes the novella that I read in between it. So I've already read Shatter Me. I've read the novella. And then I've read the next one. What is the next one called? Unravel Me, I think. I don't remember. But this is the next book of the series. I have not been a fan of the Shatter Me series. So this is going to kind of be the make it or break it book on whether I'm going to continue the series or not. So we're going to be reading this, and then depending on my feelings on this book and kind of how the story is evolving, this might be the end of the Shatter Me series. So we'll see, but I do want to read this so that way I can go into 2025 and I'll know whether that's going to be a series that I want to continue or not. So Ignite Me. 3 more. And I think I want to read One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. This is I think the follow-on to One of Us Is Lying, which I did read already. I want to say I have read this, but it might have been so long ago that I don't remember it. So this will be a very, very, very quick read. I've had this book on my bookshelf for over a year, and I need to read it. So December will be the month that this will be read. 2 more, and I think I want to also try Don't You Cry. But this is a little mystery, and the reason why I picked this up at the used bookstore was on the front, it says it's a single white female on steroids, and I really did enjoy the movie Single White Female way back when that movie came out. And so I want to try this one. I know absolutely nothing about it. It says on the back that it's an electrifying tale of deceit and obsession, and that's all I know. So we'll read this, and I think this will be a nice little, hopefully fast read that we'll be able to knock out in December. And then I think the last book that I want to try to read. So I have up here, I have Leigh Bardugo's The Familiar. This was originally planned to be read in the month of October, but I didn't make it. I don't know anything about this. But I really wasn't a fan of Hellbound or Ninth House. They were okay, I guess. But I don't know if I'm going to like... So what is this one about? So this one says... Things can be changed, curses can be broken. Let me see. So I guess a maid or mistress discovers the sorry. So a servant who works in the kitchen actually can perform, I guess, miracles. And the mistress of the house is demanding that the maid or the cook uses that gift to climb a social position. And no, I want to read this. So it says there's a world of seers, alchemists, holy men, and hucksters. The lies of magic, science, and fraud are never certain. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. So we're going to not read this in December, and that will go back on my bookshelf for next year. We have The League of Gentlewomen Witches. I've never read anything by India Holton, and I really am hesitant to put 2 books by one author. I don't know if I like that author's writing. I don't think I'm going to include this. So we'll put this back. And then we have Not the Witch You Wed. This is by April Asher. I have read some books by her before. I think they were just average little romances. The front of this says, a wickedly delicious brew of juicy conflict, sizzling chemistry, and witty one-liners. I like one-liners. And this is about a magicless witch who wants nothing to do with the alpha wolf shifter who broke her teenage heart. But when the two of them are forced by arcane supernatural laws to find mates, they agree to fake dates to get them some more time. This one could be good. I haven't read that many wolf shifter books before. I did read Bride, but that's really the only shifter book that I've ever read. So this one could be good. I like the thought of a witch and shifter romance, so this could be a contender for December. We also have I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons, and this one is the reason why I got this book is because it has a little quote by Travis Baldry, and he was the author of Legends and Lattes and Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is little cozy fantasies. And this one is really, really short. Cozy fantasy. I don't know anything about this, and I don't know. So this one, it looks like it's a story about a guy who basically inherits his father's job as a dragon exterminator, and he absolutely hates that job with his entire being. And he got hired by the royal family to disinvest the entire castle. It's got a princess who wants the castle to look beautiful so that she can, I guess, show how wonderful her house is to some crown prince. And then it says what happened next is not the fairy tale you may be expecting. So it's so beautiful in papers. This one could be it. I really do like that it's a very, very, very short book. Let's see how many pages this is, because this could be an easy little fast read. 275 pages. I like that. So possibly this one. And then the last book is The Ravens. This was a book that my oldest daughter picked out when we went to Barnes & Noble when they had a buy one, get one 50% off sale. This one has what is this one? So this is sorority girls. They're the most powerful girls on Westerly College in Savannah, Georgia. I used to live in Georgia. But they're not just sorority girls, they are witches. And it sounds like the main witch wants to be the sorority's president, but something comes out and she could lose everything. And when a wicked power rises on campus, the girls have to put their rivalry aside. Yeah. There's apparently a sequel to this, though, called The Monarchs. I don't know how many books are in the series, but I really am hesitant to start a new series. I have so many series I'm in the middle of, so I think we'll wait on this one. So we'll put this one back. And now it's going to come down to Not the Witch You Wed or I'm Afraid You Got Dragons. And I think I'm going to go with this one because the romance is really easy for me to read. I get through them really, really fast. And if I'm trying to hit my 120 book goal for the year, I want to have something that I know is not going to take a really long time for me to get through and I can burn through it and I can try to enjoy it. I did like April Asher's books before. They weren't horrible. They weren't amazing, but they were just really good reads. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to read this. So this is going to be book 10 for the month of December. So let's do a quick little recap. We have 10 books, and those books are Half-Blood, Murder Your Employer, Spectacular, The Brothers Hawthorne, Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels, Brandon Sanderson's Warbreaker, Ignite Me, One of Us is Next, Don't You Cry, and Not the Witch You Wed. That is going to be my December TBR. And with that, thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please make sure you do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will see everybody in my next video. Bye.